USDA meat grading system, the steaks are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the meat graders who investigate crime, and the district butchers who cut and sell the steaks. These are their stories.
Court is now in session. Just last week, you were apprehended for pretending to be a bone-in ribeye. Mr. Flanky Steak, how do you plead?
I'm not guilty.
Do you claim to be a ribeye steak?
I'm a bone-in ribeye.
Mr. Flanky Steak, you are here because you've impersonated yourself as a prime-age steak.
I'm not guilty.
You were convicted,
I'm not guilty.
but you lied to the butcher when you showed up on his counter.
And I'm a bone-in ribeye.
Before he cut you up into a steak, you were from not even USDA choice or select, God forbid. You were ready to be put in with the stew meat. When you disguised yourself, Mr. Flanky Steak, as a prime-age steak, did you take into consideration the consequences to those victims?
No consideration. Just my own selfish steak self to be tasty and flavorful and tender. I want to be a star.
You are one funny steak. I must say, you have a sense of humor. And for a steak, I didn't know you guys had senses of humor. This steak has no conscience and has a rap sheet longer than an entire roll of butcher paper.
And I'm a bone-in ribeye.
We are going to convict him to the lions and tigers at the zoo. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we cannot allow steaks of lesser grades to be exposing themselves in a meat counter of all places. We all have to live by rules.
I want you to put him on the grill, and I want him to be well done. Please convict Flanky Steak.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, Flanky grew up on the wrong side of the farm. His mom and dad were butchered by the time he was 2. This poor steak here is nothing more than a victim. Set him free so he can go back to the fields and graze and become a prime-aged steak.
Your Honor, we have come to a unanimous decision.
Bailiff, could you swim over to my end of the pond and give me the decision?
On account of impersonating a steak,